Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. Welcome to the channel. Thank you for being part of this amazing journey with me. And yes, I hope that some of the information that we are sharing is helpful in your journey. Today, I'd like to talk about grounding or the word grounding or what does it mean. So I thought to stop at this. This is Brisbane Reservoir. It's an absolutely gorgeous area, and there's all sorts of amazing trees here and lovely birds. Just had a galah sitting here somewhere, but it disappeared. Lots of water birds, and I thought it's a perfect spot to stop and have a chat about what does it mean, or what are we talking about. Now, years ago, when I was just starting in that journey, or more to say, I just found extra connection and was going to some workshops, trying to find some sort of a path or understanding. I had a few different incidents. So one was I went to a workshop, and the lady at the workshop was very adamant that we were supposed to be grounded and we're not supposed to fly, we're not supposed to go out of our body and have different experiences like this. And I was a little bit taken aback, because my memories, or my best memories in life, was when I was out of my body. And also a lot of the healing that I was doing was distance healing, and in the healing I was going out of my body and virtually floating or hovering over whoever I was doing the healing for, and then doing the healing. And I was it was very clear to me that that was a really good thing to do. So I was a little bit taken aback. Then at other incident, we would sit and meditate or whatever, and the person would go, sit and feel the ground yourself. I always had a bit of a, maybe it's the language, just I felt something is not gelling properly. And lately I started to come to this understanding that we are using the language in a way that is stopping us from actually understanding what we really need to do. So when you use the word grounding, when you imagine, you close your eyes, you breathe, and you ground yourself, you almost try and become a tree. And we are not trees. There is meditation to be a tree, to feel what it's like to be a tree, to feel the connection with the land and the crown of it, and the rebirthing of energy through a tree falling down and then regrowing. And there's quite a few, and if you look at my at the YouTube channel, in the Spirit Wheel workshop, there is quite a few meditation about it. But the word, when someone says ground yourself, the feeling I get is that it's that putting ourselves in and being static, stopping. And my feeling is that we need to do exactly the opposite. What we actually need to use when we meditate, or when we try to learn how to move, how to fly, how to shift, how to learn, is that we need to sit and find our center. And if you remember, that's also, we learned that you can actually scan your body quite a few times to learn where your own personal center is. And for one person, the center will be in the heart, and the other person, it'll be a little bit lower, or wherever you feel your center is. You center yourself, you connect all your bits, you're trying to find a balance. where you are not in flight and fright time, but you're actually managing to calm yourself down. Now, to do that, that's when you touch, feel, and release. So you touch the ground, and it doesn't matter if you are sitting on a 100-storage building up high, or if you are actually sitting on the ground itself. Although for me, I always have this wonderful feeling when I sit on the ground, and that's okay. I'm a very I like the plants and the earth, and I feel that it supports me in my journey. So I like the feel of it. But it really doesn't matter where you are, as long as you understand that as you sit, you center yourself, and you feel where is the ground. You touch it, just like tentacles. You touch it, and then you release into it. You let it absorb and take your anxiety, your fear, your excess. It's a little bit like the electricity. When they put grounding when they make a building, or in the car they have groundings. That thing of when there's excess, it gets into the ground, it gets into that post that's in the ground, in order for the whole thing not to blow up. And the earth, that amazing being, that amazing entity, that amazing being, I suppose I'd call it that, is able to absorb that excess, our own excess, things that we don't need, because we are a small earth. I mean, we are all the same thing. We are all one. We are all created from the same material. Remember, we are earth, fire, water, and air. We are a physical, we are mental, we are spiritual, we are emotional. We've got all those same elements, same carbon print, whatever you call it. We are the same. But we are small. The earth is big. The earth can take that excess of material, of thing that we have, and distribute it to wherever it needs to be. If it's to help the tree to grow new leaves, if it's to have a bunch of flowers flowering suddenly, if it's whatever it needs to, it's able to do that. And by us letting go of that access, we are able to then achieve the next stage, or the next thing that we want to do. So if we are talking about being able to fly out of our body in order to do something, or to shift from one area to the next, or to learn something else, we can do all those things that we need to do in a calm, in a balanced way, because we don't have that excess anxiety, fear, loudness, that burden of ego, burden of whatever. So I would ask you to try for a while, or try for as long as you like, or give it a go, to forget about that word grounding. Use that word only when you deal with your electric box in your house, you're a builder. But for your own self, try and use the words touch, feel, and release. And see what happens. Now, I feel that it's also very important to talk about the word balance, because when we do this, we got to that point where we are breathing, we are letting go, it's all good. We touch, we felt, we release. Now we are sitting and we are looking for that perfect balance. What is that perfect balance? What does it mean? Does it mean that when you're looking for balance, you're sitting in that middle point, like when you have scales, and you put the same amount on one side and the same amount on the other, and you're right in the middle, in that perfect? Or does it mean that your perfect balance is actually a complete white, if you look at white and black, perfect balance is where you are in the white. Anything else is taking you out of the balance. For me, that makes me feel better about it. When I take a breath and I'm in a moment, like in this area, in this place, and I sit quietly and I try to find that absolute perfection for myself, where my body is feeling really good. If I have a pain anywhere, I work on it until it's completely gone, and I get to that point where I can breathe. I feel loose. I feel strong. I'm not hungry. I'm not thirsty. There is this perfect light. It's a moment of perfection. For me, that's, if you look between white and black, it's complete white. Cannot be any better. And so I just wonder, that's something also for you to explore, to try and understand for yourself. What does it mean? For some reason, I felt that today is a really important day to feel those two things. Because when you understand that as you sit on the ground, or as you walk, or and I heard a lot of people talk about walking barefooted and buying blankets or a sheet or a shoe or whatever that allows you to ground. They're talking about, like from the electric box, that you release into the ground that excess that you're carrying, and therefore there's less inflammation in the body and the body can heal and all that sort of stuff. But I think it's the wrong word, because we are conditioned to use words in a certain way. When you say the word ground, it's still, it's stopped, and we need to change that. Just like when you tell a child, don't drop the dish, he drops it because what he hears is drop the dish. He doesn't hear the don't. They don't hear the don't. Well, if you say, be careful as you're holding it, look around your stuff, make sure that you're careful as you put it down, that's what he hears, is careful, and he's careful. So it's like changing our forms of talking, exploring how we can help each other with using words and being and creating the spaces and the places and the world that we want to live in, that for each and every one of us will have that quietness, that perfection, because that's when we can develop, that's when we can push forward to things that we maybe were worried about doing or didn't want to explore because we were scared, or because we thought we were not good enough, and all sorts of other stuff. Anyway, so for today, if you may, take a deep breath. As you blow the air out, find your center. Wherever it is in your body, put your hand on it. Feel the pulse. Feel it through your body. Find your balance. If you feel you have excess, let it go into the ground. Trust that this beautiful earth is quite happy to absorb it, distribute it wherever it needs to go, and leave you free of that access. Take a few extra breaths. Listen to the birds, the bees, the air, the wind, everything that's around. I love even listening to door slams of a car, or an airplane that goes above me, or every little noise, every little sound become just harmonious somehow. And I can feel the tension around my shoulders just release, let go. I try to pay attention to my bum, where it sits. Is it sitting on one side? Is it comfortable? Is it balanced? where my hands are. I try to pay attention to my eyes. Is there any tension around them? Can I let go of that? Can I release it? Let the earth take that tension. I even try to have this feeling around my ears. Sometimes we don't pay attention, but we tense around the ears, around that neck area around the ears. Feel your chest. Try and feel and get to a point where this moment you are wonderful. Try and be in that spot, this space for 1, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, it doesn't matter. It'll give you strength and harmony to continue. And then let the air go in and out a few times before you open your eyes. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being with me today. I hope this is helpful for someone. If you do feel that it can help someone else, please share it. I'm quite happy to answer questions or talk about a subject a bit more or a different one, whatever comes up. I mostly talk about things that suddenly I feel that are important to share, or something that I receive in my meditation or in my little journey, information that comes through Tom or through the angels or through the earth being or the elementals. Yeah, love you lots. You have a wonderful, wonderful day. See you later.